Hi, my name is Meg Edwards and I'm a GTD coach. And today we're going to be talking about reference. This is part 3 of when you're clarifying and organizing your stuff. When you're on the no side, I talked about the someday maybe list and then the tickler, and now we're going to be talking about reference. And boy, I could just talk all day about reference, but I thought that the way that I would key this off is in David's 2015 edition of the Getting Things Done book. On page 172, he starts talking about reference. And I'll be talking about reference in more videos, but I just want to read this paragraph and then tell you a little story and give you a little analogy. He says here, the problem most people have psychologically with all their stuff is that it's still stuff. That is, they haven't decided what's actionable and what's not. Once you've made a clear distinction about which is which, what's left as reference should have no pull or incompletions associated with it. It's just your library. Your only decision then is how big a library you want. When you fully implemented this action management methodology, you can be as big a pack rat as your space, physically and digitally, will allow. As I've increased the size of the hard disk on my computer and added an almost infinite backup capability or attached drives and in the cloud, I've kept that much more email in my archives and that many more digital photographs. The more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned, since increasing the volume of pure reference material adds no psychological weight. I love this. Your only decision then is how big of a library you want. I have a very big paper-based library in the other room. And that is just because I kind of am an historian, family gatherer of information. I have just so much reference, but I have the space for it. And it's not in here, it's in the other room. Every January, I clean up all my reference, my digital, my paper reference, to keep it clean and current. You know, one of the things that my daughter, Annie, said to me is, Mom, you cannot leave me with all of this reference. So I do have that in the back of my mind. And so sometimes I scan things, but sometimes I really do want the physical paper. Recently, I just finished a 2-day coaching with a client, and we spent an hour going through their paper in their office. And, you know, it had been pulling at them for quite some time, but you just never feel like you have the time to do that. And yet, how they felt after we clarified and organized and got the office clean and current. He still has to do a drawer and get a drawer kind of clean and current. But we got all the other paper clean and current. And the energy that came from that, it's just amazing how that happens. But what people always say is, well, I just don't have time. And I just want to invite you to have the time and to maintain your library, just like you do maybe with your books, if you have a library of books. But I want to leave you with this example. Every runway in the world at an airport is flat, straight, and nothing's on it. Nobody got creative and said, wow, this is like really boring. Let's make the runway curvy and let's put some obstacles on it, because you want the plane to take off. I live here in Maine, and when I'm flying, the runway is flat, straight, nothing's on it. And they have all of these things in place, all of these machines in place when it snows, because you don't want that plane taking off in a couple of inches. It's drag, it's not great. And so, you know, my question to you is, how much snow do you got on your runway when it comes to reference? Maybe you're already clean and current. That's great. Tons of people are paperless now, but a lot of people aren't. They still have paper. Do you have that like little stack next to you that, boy, if you just go through the clarifying and organizing map, most of it probably just can be tossed, can be scanned, can be archived, and maybe some of it is current reference. So I just want to leave you with that gem from David, which is your only decision is how big do you want your library to be? And then you want to be able to keep that clean and current. So as always, love to hear any comment, questions, reflections that you have about your own reference. and I look forward to reading them. Okay, have a wonderful rest of the day. Cheers. For more GTD resources, please visit gettingthingsdone.com and David Allen's YouTube channel. For more information on GTD coaching, please email us at info@gtdfocus.com or visit our website at gtdfocus.com.